Today we're going over law of sines. Okay, so before we were working with right triangles. Okay, so we were working with right triangles using SOHCAHTOA. Okay, now we're going to move on to law of sines and law of cosines. So again, you have used right triangle trigonometry to find the height of trees and other items that are perpendicular to the ground, so they're creating that 90-degree angle. What if an item is not perpendicular to the ground, like a tree that leans due to weather damage? To calculate the length of such trees, you must use other forms of trigonometry. Okay, so we're going to use the law of sines and law of cosines. So these can be used with any triangle. Okay, so any type of triangle. You can have an obtuse triangle, an acute triangle. So before we were just working with right triangles. Now your law of sines, this is our equation, okay? It's a proportion. So we have sine of angle A over lowercase a is equal to sine of angle B over lowercase b is equal to sine of angle C over lowercase c. Now if I go from angle A and I take sine of angle A, it will be over its opposite side. That's lowercase a. Now that's equal to sine of angle B over its opposite side, lowercase b. Okay, so you're just taking that angle over its opposite side. Okay, sine of that angle over its opposite side. Now you don't need all three. Okay, you just need two to make that proportion. Okay, so it shows all three here, but you just need two of them. Okay, so sine of the angle over its opposite side. To use the law of sines, you have the measures of two angles and any one side. Okay, so you have two angles and one side, and you can find the other side. So we're going to go through an example. We want to find the value of x. Okay, in my problem right here, here's x. This is not a right triangle. Okay, it's an obtuse triangle. I can still use law of sines. Now when using law of sines, you're only going to use sine. You don't have to determine if you're using sine, cosine, or tangent. Okay? It's always sine. Law of sines. So I have this angle here, A. Right? I need to make sure there's a side opposite that angle. So if I go across, I do, it's 16. My other angle that I have is C. That's 21. And its opposite side is x. Okay? So to set this up, I can take sine of angle A is 97. Okay? That will be over its opposite side, 16. That's equal to sine of my other angle, so 21, over its opposite side, x. Okay, so now that I have this set up, I'm going to cross multiply. Okay, so you cross multiply when you have that equal sign between them. Okay, so I'll have 16 times the sine of 21, and I have sine of 97 times x. Okay, so 16 times the sine of 21 will be equal to x times the sine of 97. Okay, just like before, do not multiply 16 times 21. Okay, that angle needs to stay the angle that it is. Now to get x by itself, you're going to divide both sides by sine of 97. Okay, that way they cancel on the right side. Okay, and what you have left here, x will be equal to 16 times the sine of 21 divided by the sine of 97. Okay, and you can enter this into your calculator. So, I don't know where my calculator's went. So with this type of calculator here, we can take 16, press sine of 21, end your parenthesis, okay? You have to do that if you want to just divide right away by sine of 97, okay? So you can do it that way, or just type in that numerator first, so 16 sine of 21 equals, get that decimal, then divide by sine of 97. Okay, so you should get 5.78. Of course I have calculators. I guess so. As long as you return them, because I keep having people walk out with calculators.
Where's the big one?
It's in here right.
If you have, let me see if I can do this on this calculator. A different calculator. Let me make sure I can do it first. Okay, so here's my other type of calculator. I'm going to turn off this light just so you can see it. Okay, so if your calculator, you can't just enter it like I did with the first one. You're going to, again, read kind of backwards. So you'll type in 21, press sine, times 16, press equals, okay, then divide, and read your denominator backwards. So 97 sine, and then equals. And you should still get 5.78. Okay? So you can do this on both calculators. Any questions on that first example? All right, example 2. Again, you want to locate the angles that you were given. All right, so I have angle S. That's 31 degrees. Make sure it has an opposite side. Well, that opposite side is X, so I can use that angle. Now with angle W here, it's 63 degrees. That does not have an opposite side. Okay, we're not given a length or a variable for that side. So that means I need to use angle T, since it does have an opposite side of 14. But I need to find what angle T is.
63 plus 31 minus 1.
Yeah. So all three of your angles have to be 180. So you can take 180 and subtract your other two. So minus 31 minus 63 to get that angle there. $86. I know it's kind of small. It's 86. So those are the two angles now that I want to use with their opposite sides. So I have sine of angle S is 31 over its opposite side is X. That's equal to sine of my other angle, so 86, over its opposite side, 14. And again, I want to cross multiply. So we have 14 times the sine of 31 is equal to x times the sine of 86. And again, I want x by itself. So we have to divide both sides by sine of 86. So they cancel over here. And I'm left with x is equal to 14 times the sine of 31 over the sine of 86. Okay, and you can enter that into your calculator. Make sure you can do that correctly before I write down the answer. I want to make sure you can do it in your calculator correctly. 7.23. You should get x is 7.23. Questions on that example? No, it does not get harder. All right, example 3. Just to keep going here. So again, looking at our angles that we're given this angle of 35. We want to make sure it has an opposite side. X is its opposite side, so we'll use that one. We have angle B. We want to make sure it has an opposite side. It does. That's 28. Okay, so we can take sine of our angle A. That'll be over its opposite side, x. That's equal to sine of our other angle, so 48, over its opposite side of 28. Again, we want to cross multiply. So we have 28 times the sine of 35 is equal to x times the sine of 48. We can then divide both sides by sine of 48. So they cancel on the right. Enter this into your calculator. $21.61. Is that what we got? All right, you guys do example 4, please. So to set this one up, you do need this angle right here. Okay, again, to get that angle, you're going to subtract the other two from 180. Okay, so we need this angle here, since its opposite side is 20. And then the other angle we're going to use is 52, since its opposite side is x. Okay, so we'll take sine of 52 over x is equal to sine of 37 over 20. Cross multiply, we have 20 times the sine of 52 is equal to x times the sine of 37. Divide both sides by sine of 37. You can enter that part into your calculator since this one cancels. And you should have gotten x is equal to 26.19. Questions? How we feel about law of signs?
Great. Really good.
Good? Yeah?
Pumped and ready.
Pumped and ready. All right, then I'm going to